It's live, right? Okay, yeah, it's live. Hello guys, what's up? I am Brian here, doing another live stream thing, and this time it's going to be a very quick one regarding some upcoming videos, and I just haven't done a live stream in a while, and I wanted to talk about some of the a little bit of the news, but not much of it. And just basically, this is mostly going to be updates. So one of the updates I wanted to mention, we'll just get right to it, is that I have a community tab on YouTube that I didn't really use a lot of. Recently, I've been using it a little bit more because I feel like my Twitter has now become more of just what's on my mind. I'll read the chat in a bit. What's on my mind in general, like not just Transformers or the channel, but just like Captain Marvel I've been talking about, or stuff like that. If you guys want my opinion quickly about Captain Marvel, didn't really much care for it. And that's not just me being a toxic male or anything like that. I just didn't really care for the film that much. And it's not because it was, oh, a female lead and I'm just a troll or anything like that, because I liked Wonder Woman. I thought it was fine. But that's a whole nother thing. Just in case you guys were curious. So I thought that the community tab on my channel could be more focused on what's going on with the channel itself and just Transformers related content. One thing I tried was just quickly typing out what I thought about the current news. Because it just takes a lot for me to do a video. I thought that, hey, if I just write out a little thing about the news, that could be over and done with, and people would know my thoughts about this, and I don't have to do a whole video, a whole setup or anything, especially when right now I'm trying to do the Canadian Reviewer Autism Awareness Month stuff. I'm still on that. I just finished filming lines for the last review for April 2019, which is the Power of the Prime's Inferno. I just finished, I think it was yesterday, filming the Wreck-Gar review in its entirety. The actual footage for the Inferno review won't be till I'm done editing the Wreck-Gar review. The reason why I had to film the lines for the Inferno one is because I think I'm coming down with a cold or allergies or something, and in case it does become a cold and it becomes worse, then at least the lines for the Inferno review are done. And what's good is I kind of start to look like crap, but I already filmed the actual footage of my face, you know, in my intros where I'm just there and I'm making a joke. I already filmed that part a couple days before I started to look kind of shitty. Because I'm starting to look like I do have a cold. So at least that's good. So at least most of it is out of the way. And then what I have to do isn't really a big deal. It doesn't really have to, you know, I don't really have to show my face or talk over much of it, so that's good. So yeah, that's, you know, going fine. Someone asked me if I could post the episode for Transformers Misfortune Season 2, the first episode. I think it was last Saturday. I've not even begun filming because there's a lot of shit going on right now. I mean, I don't know why someone asked me that. To post a episode of Transformers Misfortune, while I've clearly stated that my main focus right now is going to be those April reviews. So it's kind of weird, but okay. I will say hello to the chat. I just want to quickly talk about the updates. Transformers Misfortune, when am I going to start filming that? So for the April reviews, and then after that, I wanted to film something for collaboration. Someone's got a Bionicle collaboration that I want to incorporate a video into. I'm still kind of deciding what I want to do for that. So most likely for the rest of April, I'll try to do something with that and try to make it a big deal. After that, I will try to work on Misfortune. Because that needs to get done at some point. The season 2, I mean, come on. Because I love Bionicle, and I've actually been, my mind has really been on Bionicle lately. Like, last night I had a dream of just finding bins and bins of Bionicle parts. Because I was so into finding them. It kind of sucks right now for Bionicle parts, or just Bionicle sets in general. Because I looked up eBay, Amazon, and even Bricklink, and a lot of the stuff is going for a huge price, or at least a lot of the stuff that I'm looking for. Like, there's a couple of sets from Generation 2 that I don't have, but I was really looking for Generation 1 Bionicle sets, because I feel like Generation 2 is a little bit easier to go through and a little bit easier to find, so I'm not too worried about that. It's not that I don't like Generation 2 Bionicle, it's just I kind of want to see what I can do with Generation 1. And I mostly did this as just browsing in general, just seeing what I could find and not necessarily buying it, because I'm saving up my money for Toy Fair, or maybe just whatever. But yeah, I couldn't find anything that wasn't overpriced or expensive. I actually found recently someone was selling a barricade in one of the marketplaces, and they sold it for, and it was the original movie deluxe barricade. It was open out of the package, and it was selling it for over $100, because when you take a look at the eBay link, or sorry, not eBay, Amazon link, apparently it goes for about $100, because apparently on Amazon nobody knows how to price things. They think that, oh, we can scalp everything and get a good profit, because, oh, where else are they going to buy it? eBay? Pfft. A local marketplace? Pfft. They're not going to find it there. Meanwhile, everyone finds it there. I'm not sure. Does anyone make money off Amazon doing that kind of stuff? Charging $100 for a set that was $10? I don't know. I've never heard anyone say, oh, I make a ton of money on Amazon from scalping shit. Hey Brian, who's voicing Skeletor in the new series you're doing? I'm not doing a He-Man series. Did I say He-Man? Because I meant Bionicle, and even then it's not a series. I don't know why. I don't. The only. Are you talking about the? Because I have the Mega Construct Skeletor thing right there. Because that's the only. It's the only Skeletor thing I have in my collection, and I don't really plan on doing much with that. It's mostly just there on the shelf. I had this with my Lego stuff, but I moved it over with the Halo, because that's all Mega Constructs, Mega Blocks. Okay, so Transformers Misfortune, Bionicle video. Been browsing for Bionicle parts. And people keep telling me, hey, why don't you look up Bricklink or Amazon or eBay? And I'm just like, I went through those. There's nothing. I can't find anything that's not overpriced. You're making a Skeletor Bionicle mock because the voice in the greatest part about him? Ah, shit. He-Man! I don't know what you're talking about. God, it's been a while since I've actually picked up this figure. This the weight of the weapon is so heavy that I can't hold it, and it has pieces to strengthen up the joints. It's not enough to keep it hold. It's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me put him back. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and say hi to people. Dank Starscream, Eric Tron, Colatron, Lil Clorox, Bleach, music videos, Ted Spaghetti, Transern 38, Master Builder 164 Gaming and Reviews, an extremely bored Covenant Elite. I love that name. Matthias Peterson Explain. Eric Griffin, Royal Sama Gaming, Oblivion X, Justin Yates, Foxy Barricade, and that's it, I think. If I missed someone, then oops. Let's see. We are probably big boys. Happy birthday, Eric Tron. It's still your birthday out here. It's still April 11th. I love your videos. Oh, thank you. I stopped my Transformers Victory binge series for this. I apologize. People are still asking you for Transformers Misfortune videos. Yeah. But what was hilarious was someone asked me to post the first episode on Saturday because I guess it was their birthday. I don't think it was Eric because they said it was on a Saturday. And it was like, no, I can't do that. Do you have the 32 Optimus Prime or no? Okay, let me tell you guys exactly what I've gotten for Transformers this year. Siege Megatron, Hound, Skytread, all the Battle Masters of Wave 1, all the Micro Masters of Wave 1, and Bone Crusher. That's it. People have been asking me, what's your opinion about the 32 Optimus Prime? The Bumblebee movie or the first movie Optimus that combines with Jetfire. What's your opinion on Jetfire? What's your opinion on Siege Optimus Prime? Should I get this, that? And it's like most of the figures I don't even have because my Walmart doesn't put them out. And I probably won't have for a while because I'm saving money. So I'm not the person to ask. I'm sorry. I can tell you if it looks good, but that's pretty much it. I don't have the figure in hand. Post a 1-second video and say it's Misfortune Season 2. Maybe just one frame. Hey Brian, can you try to sound like Danny DeVito equals Redcar? Oh, I forgot about that. I can't read now because people are trying to sleep. And I've already filmed the review for Redcar, and I'm getting a cold, so I can't really do that. But if you remind me while I'm doing, if I ever get to the Legends Redcar or the Reveal the Shields Redcar, that might be a funny joke. Yeah, I tried to save up, but then there's like a sale or a Transformer out there. I'm just like, oh, I need to get it. I just keep looking at my Bionicle sets. I really want to get more Bionicle parts, so I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I'm so happy with the Toy Fair and the local, well, not really local, it's actually quite a far away drive, but there's a toy store that had like a bin of Bionicle parts, and they also sold a couple of Bionicle sets, but I was able to finish a lot of Bionicle sets. Recently, I was able to finish all of the Makuta from the Fantoka Mystica line that I used to have. So Kreka, Goraz, Antros, Chirox, Beetle, Vampra, Mutron, and Vicon. I was able to finish all those. Also slap the Supreme logo on Omega Supreme in a future review. If I ever get an Omega Supreme, I might have to. What other figures that I finished recently? I'll just tell you what I've got. Most of the Toamata, I've got most of a Kopaka still unfinished. The first wave of Borok, I'm only missing 2 of the eyes, and that's it. Other than that, I have a complete set of the 6 Borok. Borok Hal, I think I have about 4 of them. They don't all have Kranas though. The Toa Nuva, I think I'm just missing Gully's little propeller thing. Rakshis I've got all of. Toa Metru I've got all of. I even have all the Matoran now, which took a long time. Vaki I've got all of. Toa Hordika I'm just missing the Kama, and that's it. Vizorak I've got all of. I got, I think, 2 of the Paraka. And I'm trying to get the other ones. I've had Abak before, but most of the pieces are broken, and the pieces I'm trying to look for are kind of difficult to find. So that might take a while. Toa and Nika, I just need new Paru. Baraki, I need to finish off Takadox. I need to get Pryak. And I think I need to replace a couple of parts for Elik. Toa Mari, I have both of my original Mari sets, which is just Holly and Matoro. I do not have Jala, Kongu, Huki, or Naparu. Fantoka done. Mystica done. Glatorians, I believe it's just Terex, or whatever the blue one was. And I think it was Vorox, which I have most of already. And then for Glatorian Legends, I need to finish off of Bastus, and I need to get Kina, and then my stars, I think I need to replace some of the pieces. That's pretty much it. That's not a lot by comparison. Those are just mostly the canister sets. I'm not talking about the Matoran or the smaller ones for the Turaga and Tohunga from the first wave. There's a lot that I need. Borak Ba, I only have 2. 2003 Matoran, I only have 2. I've got all the 2004 Matoran. Rahagas, I only got 4 of. The Matoran Rahis from 2006, or no, sorry, the Matoran from 2006, I have 3 of. The Matoran Rahis of 2007, I have all of them. The Matoran of 2008, I need Solik. I think it was Solik. And I need to finish Radiac or whatever his name is. And then the 2009 ones, I think I need Barracks. Sorry if that was a little boring, me talking about Bionicle. I know it's mostly a Transformers-related channel. I've just been so focused on the Bionicle. I almost bought a Mega Bloks Man at Arms figure today. I think I remember those. The chest of Studio Series Prime from Dark of the Moon, not painted. Oh, I saw Ultra Magnus. I wanted it so badly, but I'm broke from Prowl, Ironhide, and the Optimus model kit. I did see the Ultra Magnus and Shockwave. I want to try and get the Shockwave. Hey, what is your Unicron trilogy? Specifically Armada? Are you saying if it's mostly Armada, or just what Armada toys I have? The Armada toys I have is Unicron, but that's like a Universe Classics re-release. So if you don't count that, even though it's pretty much the exact same figure, I have Sideswipe and Demolisher. Oh, what's my favorite Armada figure? Demolisher. I do like Unicron a lot, but there's something about Demolisher. Do, 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 do. I've been having that song stuck in my head for a while. What's been in the news? I wanted to talk about news, and I just haven't yet because I haven't thought of anything. Also, I haven't bothered to look. No, this is... No, stop going on the wrong sites. Oh, Travis Knight expresses his interest for another Transformers movie. That just came out recently. I viewed the film as a self-contained thing. Every film that I've done, I viewed it as this is a statement about this. These are those characters. This is our point of view from the story. Once it's done, it's done. So I tend to not think about sequels or where the story goes beyond that in terms of actually producing something. However, every single thing I've done, these characters, they reside in your mind and imagination. You live and breathe them for so long, you always imagine their lives and their stories outside of the confines of the picture. What happened in their lives before, what happened in their lives after, you actually create these stories even though they never make it into the movie. So, in my mind, I have all kinds of ideas of where Charlie goes from here, where Bumblebee goes from here, where Optimus Prime goes from here. In my mind, I've already made those movies on some level. Like you say, if the stars align, would I tell another story in this universe? I mean, I love these characters, so it'd be a thrill to be able to tell a different kind of story in this universe. Time will tell. Okay, so that's not a solid yes, but he's open to it. Or at least he's opening up for it. That's what that tells me. Oh, and the whole Lorenzo thing, if you want to get an idea of what he's talking about and what he's rambling about, go to Sabitron. I'm not going to read the whole article. But it pretty much explains, okay, this is what's going on, even though it still just doesn't make sense to me. And I think the problem is that some of these articles I've been reading kind of takes the words out of context as well. Already talked about the Takara Tomy Mall Generation Select Star Convoy, so I don't feel like talking about that. Let's see. Just trying to think of something, but I can't think of anything. It's been very slow for news. Oh, there's been in-package and stock images of some of the upcoming Transformers figures. And for some reason, TFW didn't post the Cyberverse figures, which is weird. They only post stock images of the Generations Studio Series stuff. And now I can't find the article or the post. Oh well. Okay, so apparently Starscream from the the Spark Armor stuff where they have a vehicle that can combine with the figure. Apparently Starscream has waist articulation for some reason. Whether that's part of the transformation or not, I think that's pretty cool. Comes with a little bulldozer thing. That's kind of adorable. Seems kind of small. But it's very interesting to see these combine with their weapons. Jet mode is kind of crappy. The legs stick out way too far because the Warrior one doesn't look good either. But at least the Warrior one kind of compacts to make an interesting look. This one just has the legs straight out the back. Why is it so difficult to make a Starscream look good for Cyberverse? It should not be that hard, but no one has done it. Skybite and Driller Drive. Oh yeah, these names are weird for the drone vehicle things. Demolition Destroyer. Okay. Skybite and Driller Drive. You know, that's fine. I like the Skybite figure. I think if you want to Cyberverse scale Skybite, I think this is the one to go. At least I think that's what class it is. Jetfire and Tank Cannon. These names are horrible. Jetfire looks cool. I kind of like the helmet, as I said before. Oh, and if you're wondering about before it's out, if I'm not getting a cold and I finish those videos, the April reviews, I might work on a few, but no guarantees. I do like the giant rockets on Jetfire, but whatever. I should probably screen share this so that you guys have an idea of what the hell I'm talking about. Because right now I just sound like I'm talking. Okay, so let's scroll up. So here's Starscream and Demolition Destroyer. It's cool that he's got his crown. And you can see he's got waist articulation, so that's cool. Here's the normal figure. And then here is the Starscream in jet mode. And it just looks horrible. Here's Skybite with the Driller Drive. You know, that looks alright. Kind of like the wheels on the side of the arms. I don't know why. Like, that looks doofy as hell, but whatever. And his shark mode isn't great, but you know what? I'm fine with that. And then here's the Jetfire, so I'm glad that Jetfire gets a role in the show. He comes with the Tank Cannon. Dumb name. But that's what he looks like. He just looks like he's got a vest or something. You know, I do like the look of him. And then jet mode. And then Prowl with Cosmic Patrol. Nice little... I called it a Russian hat. It's a helmet. Or what is it? Fucking... I can't even remember what it is. I'm not in Russia. So I don't know. It looks like some sort of Russian thing. Headwear. Why don't I just call it headwear? He's got a star on his chest. It looks like he's got trigger happy. Alt mode's a little boring, but I kind of like the outline. Yeah, robot mode's kind of the same thing. See, doesn't that look like trigger happy? And then there was also, if I can find it, okay, they're not showing it, but there was also in the same post a Bumblebee movie Legion class Cliffjumper image. So we have seen that. Okay, so that's what the alt mode looked like. And that's what the alt mode looks like now. I can see in the corner. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze. Sorry about that. So here's Refractor in his alt mode. As you can see, it's just some sort of spaceship thing. You know, it's kind of cheesy. I like that it does come with a bridge section, and the gun has this kind of satellite thing that looks cool. Or at least it kind of resembles that, but I don't know. I mean, they just chose something quick to put together for the camera mode so that you can get all three of them. So I don't really care too much about this. You know, I'm not that upset. I do want 3 refractors to make the combined mode, but that's going to be like $90 right there. Ugh. But still, you know, not too bad of a looker. There's the robot mode. I think the robot mode looks fantastic. Kind of wish it was legend size, but that's fine. Actually, I wish that maybe they could put this in a Voyager box and then have it 3 smaller figures. That would have been nice. And what I mean by that is like not one Voyager for each, like them, like 3 of them in one Voyager pack. But yeah, he looks fine. Brunt looks kind of cool. Again, I like his tank mode. I like the giant turret. And I hope that the orange piece comes in that color. That color looks a little bit better than me. I have my doubts. I like the claws. Doesn't look like he's got much for elbows, but I am seeing the articulation right there. Yeah, he looks all right. And then Red Alert looks worse than I thought. First of all, there's no paint on here, so it's just one solid thing of black. The red stripe doesn't really do it for me. The black is all over the place. Just doesn't really look right. And then you get to robot mode and his shoulders feel like they're missing something. Like, give him a little bit of red up here or something. I think the torso's fine. I kind of like the head. But he's just missing so much. There's the package for Red Alert. I kind of like the look of that. You know, I still want Red Alert because he's cool. There's Refractor, which is... Refractor might be... I'm not sure if he's average deluxe size or a bit smaller, but he looks fine. And then there's Brunt. Yeah, I think Brunt's fine. Actually, Brunt looks kind of big by comparison, like Ironhide. Which, by the way, I find it funny that people are complaining about the size for Siege figures, like all the other figures, like Chromia and stuff like that. They're complaining about that because Ironhide's the tallest thing in the deluxe lineup, and I think that's a little unfair. Because Ironhide is meant to look that size. He's meant to look tall by comparison. They purposely did that. So, I mean, I don't understand why you need to complain about all the other figures like they're super small now. I don't get it. Brontosaurus Rex. Hey, Brian, I bet there's going to be a repaint brought into one of those Sentinels. Yes, I think so too. I got Cliff Jumper. I want to find that. I'm not sure I can afford to get 3 refractors. I'm gonna try. If they do Bumblebee 2, I would love to see Megatron, but as a stealth bomber jet, I still feel like they're gonna keep some canon of the original films though. I don't know why, but Australia didn't get Wave 1 Micromasters or Target Masters. We have Wave 2. I know, that's weird. If anyone else is hyped for Omega Supreme and Jetfire, I really want that Jetfire. The previous Cyberverse Starscream didn't really have waist articulation or just good articulation in general. Yeah, pretty much. Don't remind me, I'll just be randomly quoting. Okay. I've been looking at TFC Toys Hades a lot now, and I'm annoyed with myself for wanting such an expensive thing. Isn't Trypticon technically the Transformers version of Godzilla? Yeah, kind of. I'm not gonna go back to all these comments. Actually, there was one about stop motion. What do you think of the stop motion in the special feature in Bumblebee? I don't know what you're talking about because I don't have the DVD right now. You think Megatron is gonna be a Cybertronian jet in the new movie universe, Brian? I don't know. They can do whatever they want. If that's what they go for. I don't know what they want to do anyways. I would love to see a Shattered Glass Supreme Class Jetfire in a box. Ooh. What figures do you want to see in Siege? I don't know. Whoop, almost dropped my camera. To anyone thinking we're not going to get Skywarp, I'm pretty sure we're going to get one, by the way. You know what I want to see? I want to see them redo Skylinks. I think if we can get a leader class Skylinks that actually transforms from the 2 separate things, that would be cool. Like, not a combiner with all the Siege ports. That would be awesome to get. Maybe if Skylynx was Commander class, that would be so cool. I mean, why not? They already made one Generations figure. I'm pretty sure we can get another one. Oh. I'm just looking at my Transformers thinking, hey, what do I want to review? Then I look back at my Bionicle sets, I'm just like, hey, you guys are cool. So, okay. Siege needs a Warpath? Yeah. Hello, Philip. I'll take Leader Lugnut. Ooh, yes. Voyager Scourge. And Cyclonus. That'd be cool. Hey, everybody included the Sexy Brian. What figure would you like to see and the other two parts of this big old trilogy? What? I'm not sure if I understand that question. Are you asking what would you like? What would I like to see in the two other parts for the trilogy? Okay. I don't know why you add the sexy part. That's weird. No, it's fine. Although it's kind of weird. I would like to see, we got Micromasters. I would like to see Micromaster bases. I'm not sure about the other two, but I think Minicons. We already have some Universe or Unicron trilogy stuff coming our way, and they seem to like doing the small guys. We could have packs of just Minicons, and that would be fine. Why not? I have a feeling in my bones are going to do the C cons, but Monstructs love to. Oh, that's another thing. People have already pointed out that there's a silhouette of what looks like a Titans Returns Galvatron remold and a Hunger remold. As they say, it's a Super Megatron. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they're going for, Super Megatron. But the Hunger remold that we've seen the silhouette of looks like Snaptrap. So we might be able to get some Seacons soon. Ooh, Rumble and Frenzy, yeah. Should Hashtag make a Siege Unicron trilogy Red Alert? Yes. Actually, you know what? One thing that I've been saying that I want to see is them to do a double dealer for the new Generations line, something closer to the original double dealer. And if they do that, they gotta make a Red Alert. Because think about it, wouldn't that be perfect? I mean, for Siege, they're all about making weapons and stuff like that. A giant rocket would be awesome. I mean, with the original Red Alert, I believe you could take that off. So potentially, they can turn that into a gun, maybe, and plug that onto other figures. Could you imagine Optimus Prime with the giant shoulder rocket? Or maybe a rocket strapped to his back? Ooh, you know what would be cool is if the Omega Supreme had the little peg, or a couple of peg sections so you can plug figures You could plug the rockets onto the backs of figures and just have a giant rocket on their back. Siege Blackout Leader would be cool. I don't think they're going to do that. I believe Blackout originally was a Micromaster. So if they're going to do a Leader Blackout, it's because they made a vehicle that's Leader class, and then Blackout's just the Micromaster. And why hasn't Hasbro used Tigertron yet? Easy repaint. Yeah, I don't get that. You're talking about the Masterpiece Cheetor? Yeah, Generation style Blackout would be cool. It would, but eh. Yes, Tidal Wave. I want to see. That's what I want to see in Commander class. And also, it's got me thinking. So Hasbro likes to do repaints, and I imagine that Jetfire is going to get a repaint. What do you think that's going to be if they ever decide to do so? I say that they could easily pull off, and I'm not saying they will, but a Commander class Starscream based on the Cybertron series. It wouldn't look exactly like the original Cybertron toy, but I think that they could easily do that. Movie Jetfire? Well, we already have a Studio Series 1, so I'm not sure. Oh, and if Hasbro is going to make a Star Saber, that'd be cool. A Commander class Star Saber or Leader class. He has to have a main antagonist to, I forget his name. Was it Deathosaurus? I want to see what do I want to see? Ooh, Skyquake. You know what? Actually, another thing I want to see in Generations is just G2 stuff. I feel like the Sideswipe that's going to come out in a pack, if that's true, because apparently there's a Sideswipe with Slam Dance. I feel like that's going to be a repaint of Flywheels. Even though I kind of want it to be like the original cassettes, I feel like Flywheels is what they're going to do, because it's already a tank and a jet that combines to form a robot. It just doesn't have the cassette modes that go in the Soundwave. But I have a feeling that's what they're going to go. It would be surprising if they just made the Micromaster set anyways. But considering that this is going to be in a pack, I just don't see that happening. I don't know. But the Sideswipe that was suggested, I feel like the Sideswipe would be either G2 or a blue repaint like the Armada. All I'm saying is Shattered Glass, Quick Switch, and Six Gun. I would love to see more Shattered Glass. I'm just waiting on Siege Sunstreaker. Well, we already got the Combiner Wars one, so you might be waiting a while. Because if you notice that with Siege, they kind of also continue from Prime Wars, even though it's not. They say it's a totally different canon thing to the previous line, but for me, Generations has always been about redoing the original characters, and then they also kind of wrap a story around it. But they're kind of more pushing that story element to them, but they're still like the original Generation 1 toys. So with that, even though the story does not continue from Power of the Primes and Prime Wars, the toys kind of continue off because it's all just Generations in general. That's why some people would put early Generation stuff with all the Prime Wars stuff. But I feel like they're doing that with, like, for example, Skytread. You know, because we got Battle Trap. And then Sideswipe, we already had Sunstreaker and Combiner Wars. And then I think the same thing with Target Masters, because he had a lot of the main characters that had those Target Masters in the Prime Wars trilogy. Like in Titans Returns, you had all three of the jets. Then you also had Hot Rod and Blur and whatnot. And Scourge. Cyclonus, and all of them. You know, it doesn't take much to do Fire Drive and Aimless and all those other ones. I'm happy to have Blowpipe in my collection now to go with Trigger Happy. Even though the blue is a different color, I actually think that looks fine. Constructicons, but in Cybertronian molds. I feel like it's going to be a while before Devastator comes around again. Because we already had Devastator in Combiner Wars. And that'd be like doing another Titan class figure. Because I feel like the reason why he was a Titan class figure is one, because he was made up of 6 robots. And 2, I feel like they're all too much alike for a single release of Devastator. Because they're all green and purple. Like, Studio Series Devastator can get away with it because they're all very different in their alt modes, well, at least for the most part. But they're all separating them in waves anyways. The colors are mostly different from a lot of them, so I feel like Devastator can get away, like Studio Series Devastator can get away with all the separate releases, but I feel like if they make a new G1 style Devastator, the problem with that is if they were to do single packs, they all look too much alike. And if they do a full combo pack, well, that gets in the way of doing the Scorp Knock or something like that. So I feel like it's going to be a long while before they do Devastator again. Rick and Morty Season 4 is happening. I didn't think it was canceled. They're probably going to do an Autobot team duocons like Rain Dancer, maybe. It's funny because that you mentioned Cliff Jumper. I really thought that we were going to get a Legends class Cliff Jumper out of that, because that mold for Bumblebee, while it looks good for Bumblebee, seems to fit a lot better for Cliff Jumper. And then they do Road Burn. That was weird. I would love to see another Jetfire and Jetstorm from animated. I would love to see them do animated Generations figures, but see, the problem with doing that now is that Generations and Siege has a lot of these details and ports and whatnot that I feel like animated, while it does have a different aesthetic anyways, I feel like it would be too offset from everything going on right now that it just would not flow with the whole toy line. Oh yeah, Transformers Animated should make a comeback. I think that, personally, Animated should come back in third-party form. Because, like, why not? That seems like the perfect thing to tap into, is Transformers Animated. There's a lot of characters they never did. There's a lot of characters that you can update and make look like in the animated form. There's a couple of third-party companies that attempted this, but they didn't really continue much off of it. There was going to be a Devastator, and it was going to start off with Dirt Boss. We haven't heard anything about that. There was the Pipes and Huffer thing that everybody seemed to love, and then that just kind of, that company didn't really do much after that, I don't think. I want to see Siege Slugnut. We should get a Siege DevCon. Yeah, we have the Scourge. They could have done the Titans Returns one. That's funny because they did Melhawk. I feel like instead they could have done DevCon. I mean, I don't hate the Melhawk. I just feel like they could have done DevCon. Yeah, Power of the Prime's Jazz, I actually grabbed off the shelf for a review recently. And that's not really a good figure. I can tell you that. Kept on falling apart, and I just didn't like the joints, and there's a reason why I don't really touch that thing anymore. It's because it's just not a great figure. Still in my collection, but not great. I haven't really done much with the Reveal the Shields one either, but mostly because the chest opening up kind of bothers me. I know there's a few remedies, but eh. I want to see Tarn. Yes, that would be cool. Oh, you know what they should have done? Turn the Groove mold. I know this is Rekgar, but it's the same mold. Turn this mold into Prowl. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna say, "You idiot! The Prowl wasn't a car. Prowl wasn't a motorbike. He was car." Yes. Um, I I want them to do all the Wreckers. I really want them to do Rotor Storm. Rotor Storm, Wreck and Ruin. Anyone else? We're probably going to get some Hearts of Steel looking figures. That would be nice. A Siege Star Saber. Yeah. Siege Bulkhead. Two people said Siege Bulkhead. What would Siege Bulkhead be? Be a Hound Reaping. Meh, I would prefer Prowl going back to his G1 alt mode instead, but fine, I get the TFA appeal. What do you mean like that? My big boy Shockwave. I can't transform him though, but yeah. It's a Steel Shockwave! Which is apparently the Beast Wars or something? I don't know. Yeah, to anyone who doesn't know about the barricade thing, because some people are pissed off that, oh, it's a repaint of Prowl? What the hell? That's actually based on infamous artwork from a fan. So it's not like that didn't come from nowhere. I would have liked to see a Micromaster, and they could still do it. I mean, look at Titans Returns Prowl, or not Prowl, Brawn. But, I mean, I don't mind the barricade. Actually, I wanted a Generation-style version of that barricade. I find it funny that people want Generation-style version of movie characters, but as soon as we get barricade, they complain about it. Ooh, Machine Wars. Skyhammer. Yep, people are still complaining about that barricade, and I think it's kind of ridiculous. If you don't want it, don't buy it, of course, but, like, I don't really see it as an issue. I mean, barricade was a police car. So I don't see what the problem is. I mean, when you think about it, barricade never, like, in that style, had a Generations figure, or Generation 1 figure. He had the Micromaster, but that was it, and that was in a different style. What the movie aesthetic goes for, it never had an original design, so pretty much it could be anything. I feel like if the original barricade was a Prowl repaint in Generation 1, nobody would complain about it, like Ricochet. Like, who's going to complain that's a Jazz repaint? It was a Jazz repaint from the start. But I guess because Hasbro's doing it, now it's lazy because it's a repaint, even though they've done repaints since the beginning. Hell, Hasbro started off with repaints, because I believe that most of their molds that they started off with weren't their own. We need more obscure City Titans in the War for Cybertron trilogy line. I want Deluxe class to Voyager class bases for the Micromasters. Siege Thunderwing. Ooh. Now complain on the people complaining about Generations Barricade. That's what I'm doing. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. I mean, Barricade never had an original design. Why not? And usually people pin Prowl and Barricade against each other anyways, so I mean, for them to be repaints, that kind of just helps with that. If you're saying that they won't do Siege Skywarp, they will. I'm sure of it. Okay. I've got to head out. It's after midnight. You will get the first Titans Returns Deluxe review that I've done for Canadian Reviewer, because I've had a lot of the Titans Returns Deluxes, and I've never reviewed one of them. Which is odd, but yeah. I mean, the whole thing about this Prime Wars Trilogy month is that I just wanted to catch up and do a little more from Prime Wars, because I've been a little bit behind on that. So what's coming up? Okay, so we had Powerglide, Thundercracker, Windcharger, and Bombshell. Not in that order. I think it was Powerglide, Bombshell, and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so the reason why I wanted to start off with those and not do a full combiner is because I feel like then I would have to focus on the combiner. And I kind of wanted to do some small stuff so that, you know, I get more time doing the bigger ones. So that's why I decided to just leave it with the Legends. I don't have to focus on too many alt modes. And I've always wanted to do that whole first wave of Legends all in one. So that's why it's the Legends. That's why it's not a full-on combiner. But to go with that, I also had the Optimus Prime from Combiner Wars that I also did, which has kind of this, you know, already kind of set up combiner just by using other pieces of sets. So it wasn't really a big deal to do a whole separate video on the combiner mode when it's just pretty much Optimus Prime's own combiner mode. You know, it wasn't like a named combiner or anything like that, or not a big deal combiner. It was mostly just formed from mainly what the torso connects to. So that's why I decided to choose those. I decided to go with the first and second wave of Autobots from Titans Returns Deluxes because I've been wanting to do all 4 of the main brothers, and then I also had Blur, so I decided, hey, let's throw that in. So Hardhead, Brainstorm, Chrome Dome, and Highbrow, and then Blur. So those are the reviews you'll be getting. And then Power of the Primes, I'm still working on them, but I've gotten through most of them, so that's good. It is, I believe, in the order Alpha Trion, so the Micro, or Prime Masters, and then Alchemist Prime, and then I actually like this new looking Barricade. Yeah, me too. I love the trans purple. And then Moonracer, and then Wreck-Gar, and then Inferno. So yeah, stay tuned for the Hardhead review. I'm gonna head out. That's pretty much it. I'm super tired and I wanted to do some editing, so. But all the lines for the April reviews are done, so that's good. And yeah, sorry the stream was a little boring. I just felt like I was doing so many reviews that I felt like doing a live stream would kind of change it up. And I do apologize for the boxes right there behind me. They're just from my recent opening videos, and I forgot to do anything about that. So you're getting those reviews, and maybe we'll do another live stream. I was supposed to join the live stream today with my friends, but we ended up not doing it. So that's another reason why I decided to do this. And I also wanted to thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I believe we have 12,000 subscribers now. Well past that now. What is it at? 12,163. Nice. So, thank you so much. Yeah, Declan, when I started the stream, it was the 11th, so. I'll see you guys next time. That was lame. That was a lame outro. No, let me start up again. So I thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to smash that merch icon and all that notifications and bell, and I'll see you guys next time.